Thanksgiving is an institution here.
And that means Valentine's Day is right around the corner. And also, you know, Hanukkah, Christmas, New Year's, and various other holidays. But just for a minute here, let's skip ahead to the season of love so we can talk about a brand new horror film. Heart Eyes is a highly anticipated slasher movie from a similar team that brought us Freaky back in 2020. An underrated horror comedy with some excellent performances and some nasty kills. Now with Heart Eyes on the horizon of 2025, it looks like it may be hitting some similar notes. Will this new slasher deliver us another icon, or will it be just another Heartbreak? Well, let's get into it. Hey everybody, I'm KillJoy Jake, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Ooh. Next year, just a week before Valentine's Day, Spyglass Media is releasing Heart Eyes, a film that's described as when the Heart Eyes killer strikes Seattle, a pair of co-workers pulling overtime on Valentine's Day are mistaken for a couple by the elusive couple-hunting killer. Now they spend the most romantic night of the year running for their lives. The film was directed by Josh Rubin, who is known for Scare Me over on Shudder and Werewolves Within. I enjoyed both of these movies, but both of them also kind of have a meh factor that I wasn't crazy about. Heart Eyes, I think, could be the best one from his catalog so far, and hopefully he gets to do that Darkman remake at some point. I'm rooting for you, Josh. You might have also seen him on College Humor and the latest episode of The Creep Tapes, which just came out today. Discussing this movie with Deadline, Josh Rubin said, "My love of horror is rivaled only by my love of romantic comedies. I'm excited as hell to mount my most challenging genre bender to date, a brutal slasher in a nostalgic rom-com universe." The film also stars Mason Gooding, the invincible Chad from Screams 5 and 6, and Olivia Holt from Cruel Summer. They play Jay and Allie respectively, and although they are just co-workers, my running theory right now is they may have some sparks flying amidst all the blood, gore, and chaos. Nothing puts me in the mood more than seeing people's heads get cut off. God damn. I really gotta stop saying things like that in YouTube videos. My name is certainly on a list. Another Scream connection here too is that for the longest time, Scream 7 was rumored to take place in Seattle. I don't think that's happening, but I could be wrong. They're filming Scream 7 in Georgia, but then again, they also filmed Scream 5 on the East Coast, where it took place on the West Coast. So it's kind of hard to speculate, but I will say Atlanta looks absolutely nothing like Seattle. Other notable members of the cast are Devon Sawa from Final Destination, Idle Hands, the Chucky TV series, and of course, the greatest film of all time, The Fanatic, directed by the one and only Fred Durst. He did it all for the Nookie. And also Jordana Brewster, who horror fans may know best from The Faculty or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning, one of the best prequels ever made. I'll die on that hill. Now, Jordana Brewster is also from another big franchise called The Fast and the Furious. You might have heard of it. There's a hilarious connection to that franchise because apparently Devon Sawa is playing Detective Hobbs and Jordana Brewster, Detective Shaw. If you've seen those movies, you definitely know how that relates. That tells me that these two characters are not going to like each other too much, which is probably why the Heart Eyes killer is getting away with so much murder. The detectives just can't get on the same page. The screenplay comes from Philip Murphy, who wrote The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, Christopher Landon from Happy Death Day and Freaky, and Michael Kennedy from It's a Wonderful Knife and also Freaky. Like I was saying earlier, 2/3 of the screenwriters here were behind Freaky from 2020, a film I really enjoyed. I feel like it's underrated. No one talks about it. No one went to the theaters to see it. For good reason, at least. It's not like the movie was bad. It just decided to come out during the midst of a pandemic. But man, this movie rocks. I mean, it is easily the best movie that Michael Kennedy has touched so far. It's a little better than Time Cut. Like a lot better than Time Cut. Don't watch Time Cut. What we've seen of Heart Eyes so far is the Red Band trailer that came out this past Halloween, and it kicks ass. The cinematography is gorgeous. I love the killer's design with these light up heart eyes, which is probably why he's called the Heart Eyes Killer. I mean, it's just a guess, I don't know. And also, speaking of the Thousands Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, they recreate one of the most memorable scenes from that entire first movie there. A female character is stabbed through the mouth, to which the camera pulls through. It's very reminiscent of the hitchhiker girl putting a gun in her mouth in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. I don't want to say any more than that because YouTube gets all weird with stuff like that, even though I'm talking about fictional characters and not real people. I love the look and feel of this movie already, the little bit of marketing we have so far. I can't wait to see more. I will say though, talking a little bit about the creatives behind this movie, Josh Rubin, Christopher Landon, and Michael Kennedy, I love all three of these guys, but there are projects from all three of them that I'm just not crazy about. They're a little hit or miss for me, especially when we're talking talking about Michael Kennedy and Christopher Landon, they lean a little too much into the teen drama side of things sometimes for me to really enjoy some of the horror in their movies. Now, while I can already tell from the Red Band trailer, this film is definitely going to have a little bit of that romance, a little bit of feelings for these two main characters. Ooh, we love each other. It's definitely going to be horror front and center. If that's the kill they decided to show us in the Red Band little teaser trailer that they put out, imagine what the rest of this movie looks like. At least I hope it's that bloody and gory the whole time. If it's anything like Freaky though, this film will deliver. I love that movie for its gory, nasty kills. Not to spoil anything, but Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off gets cut in half in that movie, and you see the whole damn thing. It's awesome. If Heart Eyes is that gory the whole time, I'm into it. Run it. Let's make this thing happen. It also appears to be a murder mystery. I mean, we have detective characters, we got a guy behind a mask killing people. Someone's gonna get revealed in the third act here, just like a Scream, just like Thanksgiving. All of those just came from Spyglass as well. Spyglass's whole thing right now in horror is murder mystery slashers, and now this is the second big holiday horror that they've put out just in the last 2 years. I imagine that won't be the end of it after February though as well, because Thanksgiving 2 is likely coming out in November of 2025. So if you're someone who feels like they just cannot wait for Scream 7 coming out at the top of 2026, well, it seems like we have 2 murder mystery slashers coming out just in the next year. Your thirst for adult Scooby-Doo horror movies will be quenched, I promise. As we already know about Heart Eyes, this movie is about a killer going after couples. So I imagine his motive is probably like he's just a crazy incel who's like killing people that are in love. If I can't have love, no one else can. I mean, it's better than some angry family member we've never met before showing up and becoming the killer. You know, something that Scream 7 is likely going to do. As of right now, I'm very excited for Heart Eyes, a film that was shot in New Zealand, interestingly enough, and most movies that are shot in New Zealand are pretty excellent. The Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit prequel trilogy. I'm naming like the best movies shot there and like nothing else. Seriously though, this is one that is absolutely on my radar coming up next year. I can't wait to see what this is all about. Gory kills, an interesting slasher, a good murder mystery. I am all about these things. Deliver, Heart Eyes. Deliver. Speaking of holiday horrors though, I just posted a gigantic deep dive into Eli Roth's Thanksgiving from 2023. If you're interested in checking that out, go subscribe to my brand new channel, KillJoy Jake Retro, where I'm specifically doing deep dives on movies from the past. This channel is always going to be focused on new and upcoming horror flicks, but that other channel is going to be looking back at the past, some other great horror classics that we just don't get to talk about on this page. So please subscribe and watch that new video. I just hit 300 subscribers on KillJoy Jake Retro, which is so cool. Thank you so much to everyone who has checked out that page so far. That page is slowly becoming my baby. I have some killer videos in the works right now, which I'm so excited to finally show you at some point soon. If you're wondering about the dark circles under my eyes, it's because I'm working so hard to make that page as special as it can possibly be. If you need another reason to check out that page too, for every single video I post there, I'm writing a mini found footage horror short that me and my buddies get to act out. It's usually something based on the topic of the film we're covering, and it's been a ton of fun making those. We have a really good one for the Krampus episode coming out next week. Make sure to check that one out. Are you guys excited for Heart Eyes, or are you going to be boycotting this one like Scream 7? Leave me your thoughts on this film in the comments below. Please subscribe to this page. Thank you for 28,000 subscribers. Thank you to all my channel members, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.